can I ask you to do me a small favor? If you enjoyed any of my videos, if you really learned a great valuable lesson, which you feel has empowered you, has enriched your life, if any of the ideas which I shared with you touched you on a very deep level, please be ever so kind as to mention it in the comment section down below. You can mention a past video too. I'd be ever so grateful. I'll be so obliged if you could do that. In the last few weeks, since mid-November, I've been sharing my YouTube channel like crazy. I've been getting people to help me and share my YouTube channel with their friends. And we've been on this drive to get me to the 1,000 YouTube subscribers by the end of 2021. Does it look like we're there? Not yet, but I'm an optimist. We'll get there. We'll get there. But if we don't get there, by the off chance and we don't get there, don't you worry about it. I'll start another drive. Because that's me. I am relentless, I am persistent, and I don't give up. That's Jessica Maiden. I heard there was this amazing guy who started a company called KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken. Colonel Sanders is his name, if you want to know. He was persistent. He was consistent. People said to him, just let up. Just give it up already. You're in your 60s already, for goodness sake. You're in your 60s. No, he kept at it. And Kentucky Fried Chicken sells more chicken today than any other restaurant. Why? He was persistent. He set goals. He set targets. He didn't meet those targets, he set another target. He didn't meet that target, he set another target. He was relentless. And this universe caters to those who are relentless. This universe, oh yes, it caters to those who are relentless. Those who give up, those who are dependent on the temporary results, they don't hit the targets they want to hit. And if they go along and surrender, the world lost out. Shame, but the world will have hence lost out. I want to follow on with an amazing concept, which I picked up this week. In this week's Bible portion, Jews from around the world will be reading the story of the Exodus. The beginning of the story of the Exodus, to be more precise. Now, what happened in the beginning? In the beginning, the Jewish people went from being top-notch, the cream of the crop, high-class people, they went into slavery. Now, many people, when they are brought down so many notches, they're like, oh well, might as well just surrender. Might as well just lose my dignity. I might as well just listen to whatever my persecutors tell me I have to do. I might as well just become a poodle. I might as well just become subservient to my masters, to my superiors. What can I do? What am I supposed to do? And as a result, they lose their dignity. They lose their self-respect. They don't love themselves. They become totally at lost within themselves. On a smaller scale, you'll find people who are in an abusive relationship. Eventually, the anxiety, the fear, the abuse takes them over. And the Copenhagen kind of submissiveness just swarms through them. They become subservient, they become reliant, dependent. And when they are abused, they consider it to be normal. When they are hit verbally or physically, they consider it to be normal. They expect it and they look forward to it. Abusive spouses and abused victims, they look forward to it. It's the norm. And they want it and they expect it. They lose entire dignity. But the Jewish people, when they were downtrodden, when they were brought down to slavery, they didn't lose their self-respect, their self-dignity. They kept their names. They kept their identity. They were determined to stay alive, to remain afloat. Now you might be wondering, what's the big deal? What else do they have? Were they going to give away their identity? Will they become Egyptians and just totally forget who they are? You've got a point. But it's worth noting that there are people who did that. There are people who do that. The Copenhagen syndrome totally swarms them. It engulfs them. And they become subservient. They become a shadow of themselves. The Jewish people didn't do that. They didn't become a shadow of themselves. And for that, there's a great lesson to be learned. There's a very positive element to be seen as a result of it. On another level, perhaps on a lowest scale, but perhaps on a higher scale from another way you look at it. When somebody reacts to somebody else's unkind, manipulative, controlling behavior, they react, they don't respond, they are effectively becoming a subordinate of their manipulator, of their controller. And that's the same level of the Copenhagen syndrome, but not as intense and not as bad, but it causes difficulty, it causes suffering, and it causes pain. So never ever stoop to the level of your oppressor. Stoop to the level of somebody who is unkind towards you, somebody who manipulates you, somebody who has very few tokens of love within their heart. I mentioned this a while back, and I got this from Macon. He said, those who are unkind towards you, they have very few tokens of love in their heart. And if you come along, they need to either take love tokens from you or give you from the very little they have within them, which is barely anything. And that's why they are controlling, manipulative, and unkind. Love them back. Remain at a high level. Don't stoop to the level, because if you stoop to the level, you'll lose your dignity and you'll become like that victim who has been tormented. The Copenhagen syndrome. Maybe not on the same scale as the Copenhagen syndrome. Syndromed person, or person who's struggling with that syndrome, but on another level, which is not healthy. So be responsive, respond with love, with kindness, and don't stoop to the level, below the level of the beast, which is how James Allen refers to it. I had a conundrum a while back. I was dealing with somebody who treated me in an inferior manner. And I had a conundrum. Do I approach them? Do I tell them, look, you're not treating me kindly? Or do I just become more confident, straighten my posture, feel the strength within me? And as a result, they'll automatically move back and step back from their unpleasant behavior. I had this conundrum. thought to myself, I believe in taking the high road. Somebody came along my path and treated me unkindly. I firstly have to take the high road. That's what I believe in. Secondly, it's because I'm putting out an energy which is inviting that kind of behavior. So if I'm going to change my energy, it might not change them overnight, but eventually they'll realize that they're dealing here with a person who's mature, who's complete, and is not going to react to their style behavior. I took on the latter. I said, that makes more sense. And I didn't approach the person. I had to deal with them for whatever reason, for business, whatever. I took on the latter approach. I'm going to act with more confidence. I'll be loving and kind towards them. And I'm not going to ask them to change their behavior one iota. That's the approach. That's the Jessica Maiden approach. What is your approach? How do you deal with such situations? I'd love to hear. And have you ever been a victim of abuse? Did you ever go through the challenge of a Copenhagen adaptive approach, wherein you became totally submissive to your oppressor, to your tormentor, to your abuser? Please leave in the comment section down below. And I really want to hear what you thought about my video. A couple of weeks ago, I spoke about the unpleasantness that there is in owning this I am a victim mentality. It kind of ties up with today's video. The I am a victim mentality. Poor old me. And I asked the question because many people think that supporting a victim means that they have to literally make sure that the victim believes that they were treated unkindly. Many people think that's the right approach, that's the correct approach. I'm not here to tell anybody how to think, what to do, how to treat others. But I have found that those people who encourage this style of behavior tend to be quite controlling themselves. I send out love and peace to them. But it's not an attitude, it's not an approach which is healthy in the long term. And again, I send out love and peace and happiness and kindness to such peoples. It's not my intention to berate them in any way. But it's very, very important to know that to help a former victim, you have to make sure that you empower them, that you give them courage to believe in their inner spark. You have to do that. You have to let them let go entirely of that poor old me. I was a victim. I am a victim mentality. Perhaps you were a victim, but today you need to be not a victim. You need to be strong. You need to believe in yourself. Believe in yourself even when nobody believes in you yet. And even if it's taking time. On this latter part of the video, I want to discuss the idea of time and patience and determination. You know, a lot of people are of this mindset that if things take time, if they're trying, they're plowing the field and planting the seeds, and it's not growing yet, that is an indication that they should just give up. And this ties up with the beginning of my video tonight. I tried, people say, I tried. It didn't go. I wasn't successful. Why pursue any longer? I've been trying out for such a long time. Give it up. Would we have Google today if that was the attitude they adopted? Would we have Amazon today if Mr. Bezos adopted such an attitude? Would we have airplanes today if such an attitude, if such an approach was adopted. You gotta be nuts. You gotta be obsessed with your dream. Because God will support you eventually. The universe will give you support. This whole world is built around this whole premise of persistence, of consistent determination. And when you first start out, oh my goodness, you're gonna see a desolate field. You'll see nothing in the beginning. And even when you move on to layers of success, you're gonna still face hurdles and challenges. This is a moving world. Life is not here to be lived with fun and with ease, with no fails and with no trials and tribulations. Whoever invented such a concept that you're going to have it easy at some stage was delusional. You got to be persistent. You got to be consistent. I've been persistent. I've been consistent. I've tried. And I'm still trying. The success? No, it's not coming as of yet. I haven't yet seen anything near 1,000 YouTube subscribers, but I am getting out there and I'm doing things like crazy. I've increased my Facebook page with friends. I more than doubled it just in 1 week. I'm working like crazy. I'm putting myself out there like crazy. I have almost 1,300 Facebook friends. I'm putting myself out there like crazy. I'm planting my seeds. I'm asking people to join my friend group. And those who are not interested, no problem. I move along with peace and love and harmony. This is Jessica Maiden here. This is a story of power, a story of triumph, a story of success. Did that success come overnight? Oh no. Oh no. That success did not come overnight. Success doesn't come overnight. And even when success comes, there's still some trials and tribulations. But courage and boldness and determination attract more courage and more boldness and more acts of determination. And when you fall, you don't fall for long anymore. Recently I fell. I got told some unpleasant news and I fell for a short while. It didn't last for very long. It's impossible for it to last long. And I do too much self-investment for it to last very long. And when I had a challenge a couple of days ago, an individual tried to lure me into a certain mindset, a certain way of thinking. Whilst I was present, my nature is kind and I go back to my default. But the second I was out of there, it was gone. When you move to levels of success, even the failures, they don't last anymore. They come and they go. They cannot last any longer. I had a couple of challenges. I actually did I don't know if I told you about this. I did the Emmett Fox 10-day Only Happy Thoughts Diet challenge. And I was shocked the trials and tribulations that came up within 2 days. I was shocked. I got a phone call from somebody. Whatever. It was scary. It was challenging. It was like, what is going on here? I was okay. I got through it. I did 10 days with not a single negative thought which lasted for more than a minute. You're allowed to have a negative thought in this diet, but it's not allowed to last for more than a minute. It was a powerful, powerful thing to do, and I got it from Tony Robbins' book. The first time I saw it in Tony Robbins' book last year, actually not last year, I think it was around about June. I said to myself, nah, that's not for me. I can't do that. No negative thoughts for more than a minute. I can't do that. Me? No, I can't do that. And then I decided in the beginning of December, you know what? I'm going to do it. And I did it. And I finished the 10 days. It was amazing. It was an amazing, amazing, amazing experience. You got to try it. Your life changes forever. And whilst I was doing it, I asked myself, Jessica, where were you last year? Why can't you do this last year? You definitely could have done this last year. Why didn't you do it last year? I asked myself. Because it was so easy. When you do so much self-help, or you do so many amazing things, it's almost second nature to just be happy. Yeah, there was some challenges that came up. I fixed them within a minute. That's my message today. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please feel free to subscribe. Now it's never too late. And why not bring more amazing friends along with you? To subscribe, to press that like button, to share my amazing videos. I share great insights. I give great tips for life. I look forward to seeing you again next week. Take care. I don't know if you're going to see me. Actually, you'll see me, but I might not see you. That's more like it. Just thought I'll drop that in for good measure. I love you all. Have a great week ahead with the amazing new year coming up. Prepare yourself. Walk with happiness and power and strength and vigor, because it's yours for the taking. Love yourself, because you are amazing. I love you. You're strong, you're smart, you're bright, and your insights are very important. That's why I look forward to seeing them in the comment section down below. Take care, have a great week ahead, and have a great Saturday. I love you.